So, better late than never, I just thought I would talk a little bit about Fallout, the TV series that aired a few weeks ago now on Amazon Prime Video. I am not, first of all, I should go into this. I love video games, I play lots of video games, but I've never been a huge fan of Fallout. Now, I've enjoyed Fallout. I enjoy the universe, the sort of retro-futuristic style, the humor, the aesthetic. I like the stories to some degree. The games I honestly find a little tedious. I find the gameplay a little tedious. I've never really liked the shooting, the VATS system. I don't know. There's just a lot of things. I'm not like when it really comes down to it. It's like I like the idea of Bethesda games more than the games. Like Skyrim. Like at first I thought, wow, this is so cool. Same with Oblivion. Like so cool. And then I just pretty much sour on the actual gameplay experience. So that's just kind of me. That's my personal preference. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with these games. That's at least not what the point of me saying this is. But I want to just, I know there's a lot of people with like deep investment in the lore and in the sort of the storylines and everything. And some of those people have not been super thrilled with the TV series. I, on the other hand, have loved it. I love Fallout. The show is so good, and for so many reasons. Now, I'm going to set aside the question of whether it breaks lore or whether it's true to the all the different stories that go on in the games. I know that there is disagreement there. I know I saw Chris Avalon, who was a writer on Fallout New Vegas, on social media. He was talking about all the ways that the show kind of doesn't work with the games. Whereas the creator of Fallout, Tim Kaine, on his YouTube channel was talking about how much he really, really loved it and sort of... and I think that for me, it's kind of like I can appreciate that these are two different takes on the same franchise. I don't think anything about the game, at least from my perspective, is insulting to the video game franchise. I think they've actually done an incredible job at being respectful to the game and having a little fun with it. They even... there's little jokes in there like not getting bogged down in side quests and stuff. But really, what really worked, there's a few things that work so well in the series. The casting is really great. Ella Purnell as Lucy, Kyle MacLachlan as her father, and Walton Goggins as the Ghoul. Really, Walton Goggins and Ella Purnell are just so perfect in this show. The Ghoul is this character who we discover has been around since before the Cataclysm, before the Fallout event, and he's survived all this time by taking drugs, and he's kind of on his own little quest, but he's also like the bounty hunter, gunslinger, and Goggins just does a great job with him. He's funny, he's got just so much charisma, and then Ella Purnell plays Lucy, who's a vault dweller, sort of a plucky young lass out on her own quest. Her dad, played by Kyle MacLachlan, is kidnapped and she has to go find him. So the casting works great. I also love how they portray these characters. One thing that's very refreshing here is Lucy's character is not just a badass right off the get-go. She's, I swear to God, so many series and movies have been infected by this girl boss thing where the female lead is just instantly good at everything, total badass, kicks everybody's butts, doesn't take no for an answer, just kicks ass and takes names, and even if she's got no training, even if she's got no experience, she's just instantly good at everything. And that makes for a really boring character, and I think it's really insulting to women that Hollywood feels this need to make these kind of characters over and over and over again. Lucy, on the other hand, is resourceful. She's clearly learned a lot of skills within the vault that help her, fight and do other things, but she's still like basically a level 1 character when she goes out into the wasteland. She is, she's not instantly beating up all the people that she encounters. She has to use her wits and her charm. She's not always right. Sometimes she's wrong. She actually learns a lot of things about the world as she's on this adventure, and her character grows because of it. And that's wonderful. That's what we should want out of characters, whether they're male or female or whatever. Like, we want characters who grow and learn and change, and who we learn more about over the course of the story. The story itself, I really enjoyed. I do have some questions about, we learn that the Vault Tech has orchestrated, or at least we think that's what happened. Sounds like they've orchestrated the nuclear fallout that precipitates, everything that comes after. And so that they can sort of live on forever in these vaults and control things and eliminate the competition through what Bud says, the time. Time is the greatest weapon. I have a few issues with that just because from a purely like capitalistic standpoint, you just lose too many customers and too much of your workforce, and you just like whatever wealth you enjoyed on Earth, you're not going to enjoy the same level of wealth and just like luxury as vaults. The only way that this really works is that they really believed that the end was nigh, and they had to do it so that they could be on top, so that they were the ones who ruled afterwards, because it was going to happen anyways. But that's neither here nor there. I don't really care. It doesn't have to make perfect logical sense, because the story itself is structured in such a way that it really works. What works about it for me is that it's structured like a mystery. Like, we slowly learn as Lucy explores the wasteland, as we go back into the flashbacks, into the ghoul's past, Cooper Howard's past, where he's an actor and he's at one point the spokesman for Vault Tech, and he learns about his wife's secrets because she's an executive there. And then Lucy's brother is also investigating. There's a group of 3 vaults that they're from, and they welcome one group, the other from the second vault over for Lucy's marriage in the first episode, and it turns out that these are actually raiders, and they make off with her father, and there's a big fight. And it's a great little twist, but the twists keep coming, because then we learn that the vault where all the elected leaders of Vault 32 are actually from this vault, and when they finally discover the truth, that's where all the sort of Vault Tech executives have been in cryopods, and they're brought out to kind of do their term in Vault 32 and 33 to sort of lead everybody. So there's lots of little mysteries and revelations and lots of fun action. There's great fight scenes. The mech armor power suits are really, really cool, but also a great source of humor, because Maximus, the other main character in this, and I'm sorry I can't remember the actor's name right now. He's not as well known to me as the other ones, but he he's actually a squire at the beginning, or becomes a squire towards the beginning of the show. His knight that he's with in the Brotherhood of Steel turns out to be kind of a piece of shit and kind of a coward, and is killed, and he takes his suit and goes off looking. They're all looking for this scientist who's escaped with this secret tech. So his adventure, we learn a lot more about political landscape of the wasteland. We find out a lot about the history of what Vault Tech has done since, even since Maximus and Lucy have been alive. They have been meddling with affairs up on the surface, and to the point where they've actually destroyed a whole city to sort of maintain their power over everyone. So there's lots and lots and lots of great little twists and turns and revelations and great characters. And I was so surprised at how great this show really was, because I was expecting that it would be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be great. And I really thought that it was great. And honestly, I think I enjoyed it more than The Last of Us. The Last of Us was a very, very well-made adaptation of the game. But the game and the show are so similar, and the game is better. The game is just better. Like, I think that it's just, for lots of reasons, like you actually see, there's a lot more of the zombies or whatever. And I just think that the actors are better in the game, or they click better. I mean, I loved the show, but it's just, it always sort of sat in the shadow of the video game itself. Whereas Fallout is a new story. It doesn't like try to adapt the story of Fallout 4 or something, right? It just tells a brand new story with brand new characters set in that universe. And so that opens it up to being its own thing. And you don't have to like sort of microanalyze every little detail. Like, oh, they did that better in the game. Oh, they did, I honestly wish that when they made Halo, they just hadn't done Master Chief at all, and they just made a new story in the Halo universe in the same way that they did that Amazon has made Fallout, right? Because with Halo, I just can't even watch it, because I just can't stand all the ways that they've sort of screwed up the story and the character of Master Chief. that it just makes it almost impossible for me to watch. And I actually haven't even finished season 1 because I just despised that show so much. Whereas I think you could still do a Halo show set in the Halo universe with new characters and a new storyline, and it would be less grating. So right now, I would say that Fallout is basically the best and my favorite video game adaptation through TV or movies. My second favorite is Arcane, which is an adaptation of League of Legends, but kind of not really. It's like it's like a story set in that universe. But Ella Purnell is actually also in Arcane, and then maybe The Last of Us. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to rank all the video game adaptations right now, but I guess my point is just that Fallout is fantastic. I highly recommend it to everybody. I think if you go in just accepting that it's kind of a different take on the Fallout universe, it's not going to have the same exact lore, whatever. I know they've said it's canon and blah, 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 but it doesn't matter. It's a good story. It's a good show. Great characters. It's not preachy. It's not messagey. It's just very, very, very fun and entertaining. And that is absolutely what I wanted out of a Fallout show. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Highly recommend. Just a blast. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am very sorry. I've been just totally bailed on this channel lately. I have just had a rough couple of months, and mostly due to my own bullshit and my own struggles with depression and alcoholism and other things. So I may make a separate video to talk a bit about that, just to kind of explain why I've been MIA. But I'm trying to get back into this. I'm trying to get back into making daily videos, talking about stuff. I still need to make a Shogun video, and there's so much more. I'm gonna have to talk a little bit about politics because there's been so much going on the university campuses and with Israel and Palestine. But I'm gonna stick mostly to talking about games. I need to talk about Stellar Blade, some other stuff that's come out that I've really enjoyed. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with this channel, even though it's been in a bit of a hiatus. And I will try to do better. So yes, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There will be more notifications though, that's a warning. So thank you, peace.